My name is Arrey Obenson. I am the president and CEO of the International Institute of St. Louis. Well, the International Institute has as its mission to build a connected and more productive society by providing opportunities for immigrants, their families, and the wider community. We seek to build a more inclusive community. We are born into families, and we're given the perspective of the family. But as we go about life, we begin to engage with people in the community, and we begin to find that people come to the community from different perspectives. That to me is the simple way in which I can define why racism exists. We're given labels. Each family comes with its own label. Each tribe, each religion comes with the labels. But what we fail to understand is that beneath the labels are just human beings who share the same fears, the same wants, and the same needs. And that if we can understand that the labels are just a distraction, let us look at what lies beneath the labels, and you'll find human beings. And I think that's how we overcome racism. Racism is the feeling that one has when they go through an experience. So the person who is treating you, discriminating against you, may not even know that they are being racist. It is the feeling that you have, and it's very simple. Sometimes when moving here in the United States, I always go to a shop called Sam's, right? And every time I observe how people go out of the store, they check what you're carrying in your bag and all of that. But I always notice that there is an extra scrutiny when it's me. And I thought maybe there was something wrong with me. That sometimes I step back and I look at the people. When it's a white person, the scrutiny is less. When it's a black person, they go deep into the bag. And I mentioned to the gentleman is that if the purpose of your job is ensuring that people are not stealing from the store, then you have to assume that everyone is stealing, if that's the purpose of your job. You cannot, just by looking at people, determine which one should be more suspect. But that happens very, very often, whether it's going through airports, whether it's all over. And the people may not be conscious, but it is something that is happening. Well, we stop that from happening by ensuring that we create opportunities for people to see. We create opportunities for inclusion. We create opportunities for people to walk in other shoes. We create opportunities for people to stand next to somebody who doesn't look like them, who doesn't speak the same language like them. We create opportunities for people to share a meal from different parts of the world, to share cultures from different parts of the world, so that we can clearly understand that people, they may come from different places, but they have the same fears, they have the same wants, they have the same concerns. It's the human race. We're all struggling to survive. And we shouldn't do this in the exclusion of others. We should do this together. Welcoming immigrants and refugees in this country, America, is a human rights issue. It has everything to do with inclusion, everything to do with diversity, equality, and inclusion. Celebrating a day, the International Day Against Racism, makes total sense for an organization that is working towards building an inclusive society. Because the only way we build an inclusive society is if we can overcome these labels, if we can overcome our racial limitations. And that's why I'm standing by this day, because I see it as an opportunity to open this community to the world, but also to welcome the world to this community. I will start by asking the question, is an inclusive society possible? Is a society without racism possible? The answer to that question is yes, but it's only yes if it begins with you, the individual, if it begins with me as an individual, and collectively, if we do something about it. If the status quo is not acceptable, then it is up to us to work collectively towards changing it. So it begins with you taking action. Join a local activity. Become an activist yourself. Give this movement a voice. Use your platforms to do what is good, do what is right. Share information. Do very simple things. Challenge yourself today. Ask yourself what you are doing to overcome racism. And if all of us are doing this, we will build a movement that is stronger than any opposition. And that's how we change the world. It may not happen today, but certainly what we do today will affect what happens tomorrow.